what you're putting in.
Good morning. So it's the day after Easter, and the house is nicely destroyed. So I have to get that all figured out. You ready to come in, big boy? Come on. Come on. Hey, you have to come while the door's open. Come on. Good boy. So gotta get that tidied up today. I have a chiropractor appointment today. Yeah. I'm not sure what all I have to do. Enough on my to-do list. So just got done feeding her. Yes. So I'm gonna go let her play for a little bit and then start tidying up the kitchen. I just pretty much threw some of the stuff in the fridge last night and then went to bed. I was exhausted between waking up super early to hide the eggs and baskets and everything, and then just the whole day. I was thoroughly dead by the end of the night. All right, I'm gonna start with the kitchen and all the Easter decorations because I think I can get all that done in the next 30 minutes before my chiropractor appointment.
All your hopes and efforts are all in vain. Who will pick you up when you've lost everything? Does it all become for granted with a wedding ring?
So we decorated very last minute for Easter when Bobby was looking for the kids' Easter baskets. He ended up bringing in the whole bin for Easter. So we actually decorated the day of Easter since we were hosting. I go back and forth when it comes to Easter decorating. Sometimes I go all out and I love it. And then other times it kind of just depends on how busy I am if I do it. But since he had it out anyway, we decided to do a quick decorate. But don't worry, you didn't miss a decorate with me video. It was just me and the kids Easter Sunday putting this all out. But I did want to make sure to get it all cleaned up and put away right away, just so I knew we had a lot more projects coming up. And the extra clutter when you are doing house projects can get really overwhelming.
And if that someone makes you smile and leaves you with a scar, don't let them tell you what you feel or who you are. Oh, there must be more. There must be another way. There must be conscious, different things in different ways. There must be love.
And then into the kitchen, I'm just taking any of the leftovers and stuff. Plus I had some baked goods and stuff that were over a week old. Usually if it's a week old, that's when I get rid of it. I just find that cookies and stuff, I don't know. Do you hold on to like homemade cookies longer than a week? I usually don't. I usually find that if they are not eaten within that week, they won't get eaten. So nice thing is we have built-in garbage disposals outside. So this all goes to the ducks and they are always thrilled about it. So that's why I put it all on these just little plates. That way I could quickly take it outside and give it to them. This carrot cake though, this turned out so good. I was super happy with it. A good chunk of it got eaten on Easter and then the rest of it has been just kind of munched on throughout the week. But I just like how pretty and everything it turned out. I'm not a huge cake decorator. Like I've done little cakes here and there, but I've never been someone that's like super into decorating for cakes. And part of that is also like my kids, whenever their birthdays come around, they like ice cream cake. So I usually do something like that. I actually have a super simple ice cream cake that I do that they love. It's literally just stacking whipped cream with ice cream sandwiches and some chocolate candies on it. They ask for that every single birthday. And it's funny because it is so simple, but they absolutely love it. So I don't do a ton. I think in the years of the kids being younger, I did an Elmo cake for Xander's first birthday. And I want to say I did like one other one, but after that, they've always just been more into the ice cream cakes. However, my dad is a huge carrot cake fan. It is his favorite cake of all time. So I figured with it being Easter, carrot cake, that all just kind of went together. And I had the stuff on hand already. So I was like, we'll just give it a try, just something a little bit different. We did a pretty basic Easter dinner. I did ham with rolls. My mom brought funeral potatoes and sweet potatoes, and then my aunt brought some Brussels sprouts. It was just a nice, relaxed day. I actually love hosting holidays, especially Christmas and Easter, because for me, it's really nice that the kids wake up, they do their like Easter fun stuff in the morning or Christmas fun stuff in the morning. And instead of having to pack them up right away to go to someone else's house, they can enjoy their gifts, enjoy the fun all at home. So that is one of the reasons I do really enjoy hosting for any of the holidays.
I've been dreaming so much lately about your face when you're smiling. It's the only thing that saves me.
So I just filled out today a permission slip for Xander to be evaluated by his school psychologist, which I was kind of surprised. I didn't know that for certain programs that they get evaluated by a psychologist, but I guess that's how it works. It's funny. Anything with Xander, he's like my learning. With him being my oldest, I'm always learning new things with him. It's like when he started middle school, I was so confused. I'm like, okay, no one called. They haven't asked for any paperwork. How does this work? And it's the same thing going on now with him being evaluated for this gifted program. I was told about it months ago. His teacher called and asked if I would be okay with her talking to the guidance counselor about it and everything. And I was like, absolutely, no problem. Well, I just got the email. Actually, I got the email on the 15th. I'm not the greatest at looking at my personal email. I look at my business email daily, but my personal email, most of the stuff that goes there is just like junk email, so I don't pay a lot of attention. And usually any school emails also get sent out via text, so I had not looked at it in a bit. And yeah, I looked at it today and I saw that I needed to sign a permission slip for that to happen. So we shall see. I know he's very smart, and it just is very, I don't know. I don't want to say surprising because I know my kid's smart, but you know how it is sometimes when you're like, okay, where did my kid get so smart? That's kind of how I feel. Like, where did he get his brains from? Me and his dad were both very average in school, and I actually had a learning disability when I was younger. Now it was for health reasons, but very, very proud of him. Very proud of him, Bjorn, all of the kids. Obviously, Freya hasn't started school yet, but crossing my fingers that she's a little smarty pants like her brothers.
Now look into my eyes, you can use them as a mirror.
Alright, chiropractor's done. Feel a lot better. Now I just have to get my car washed, a couple other errands, and then I'm gonna go home. But I'm excited because I talked with the chiropractor about my Helping Hands series because it's really hard to find people. I had one woman that was gonna actually have me come out today, and then her husband said no. And that's just very common where people say they want help and then they get cold feet. I think social media is just still very scary for a lot of people, and even though I try and be as understanding as possible, like you don't want to be shown, that's totally fine, it's still just people are apprehensive, and I totally get it. But my chiropractor, and we've known him now for well over a year, so I felt comfortable talking to him, said if I make a flyer that he would put it up in the office. So I'm thinking about doing that because you get a lot of families in there, you get a lot of elderly people, and I know often the elderly community needs help. So hopefully, cross my fingers, we'll get some people interested that way. I'm gonna have to make another post online. I'm just trying to get the word out there more and more. Yeah, it's always hard, especially in the very beginning. Once I work on a couple houses, then it's a little bit easier usually because you get word of mouth and things like that. But the start is a struggle. Hopefully I have someone set up for tomorrow. Hopefully that goes through and doesn't get delayed, because I really, really want to start this up again. But this is the stressful part. The cleaning's the easy part. So I was planning on tidying up the bedroom. However, Bobby's obviously tired because after I got home, he fell back asleep. So the bedroom's going to have to wait. I'll deal with that later because if he's tired, I'm just going to let him sleep. So I'm going to work on the laundry room. I still have projects that need to get done in the house. But whenever I'm doing projects, the laundry room often just becomes a dumping zone. So I'm just going to try and tidy all this back up. That way it's not as chaotic. Plus the curtain fell again. I need to figure out how to get that to stay better.
Wouldn't lie to you, doesn't matter what I do. She's got a hold on me. She knows how to drive a truck, but she lets me pick her up when we're going dancing. My heart starts beating when my headlights shining on her. She's my country girl. I couldn't tell you what she's doing.
So I'm curious what your drop zone is in your house. Like I said, my laundry room is my drop zone. It's one of those places that it's like out of sight, out of mind. So whenever I like need stuff accessible but don't want to see it all the time, this is always the easiest place to put it. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this wallpaper. This back wall is not staying on well. I haven't worried about it too much because honestly, from a distance, you don't notice it. And with the stuff on the shelves, you don't really notice it. But like on this day when I was really cleaning out this area, I was noticing all the little creases and stuff in the wallpaper. So I'm trying to decide if I take it down and redo it, or if I say, hey, it's fine for now, just leave it alone. I've got a million other things to do anyway. But it is crazy. The laundry room gets so dusty. And I know it's just when you're doing laundry and everything, you get the lint and all the fibers and everything. So this was definitely well overdue to get in here with the vacuum. I also wanted to, like I said, get up on these shelves, the washer and dryer. Ooh, just wait till you see on top of the washer and dryer. That thing was so dirty. But giving just everything a really good dust off, and it just gives it a nice polish, and it always makes it smell really good when you get into a place like this and just thoroughly go over everything.
In my arms till the sun comes up. She's a little bit country. Yeah, she's my country girl. She's a little bit country. Yeah, she's my country girl. Guitar.
So I am excited for Friday's video for you guys to see it. So I'm excited because in that video, I was doing something and it ended up being a complete and utter failure. Complete and utter failure. You'll have to see. But it has added a new project to my list. Yes, I know, another one. But I'm really excited about it. It's something that I talked about when we first moved into this house. And I ended up changing my mind because a lot of people were telling me not to do it. And after I did this project, I've decided that I'm going back to my original plan and going to tackle it. Hopefully within the next week or two. It's a very big project, so I have to make sure I have plenty of time to do it. Yeah, that's all I'm going to tell you. I would love if you guys left your guesses in the comments below. If you've been here for a long time, you might know what my plans were. And there's one thing we had plans to do, but never did it. I'm curious if any of you guys can guess what that is and what I plan on doing. So I definitely couldn't reach all the way to the back of this cabinet. So I ended up having Bobby come in later and finishing that. I reached as far as I could. My short little arms could only do so much. It was just tall enough, and I am just short enough that I couldn't reach. This dryer, though, I could pretty much reach all the way to the back. So I was able to get this mostly clean, but you can tell by these wipes, it was just filthy. However, I was trying to think when I was doing this, I don't think I've ever wiped off the top of this machine. Maybe once, but if I've done it, it's been like once or twice in the 3 years that we have lived in this house. So it was desperately in need of a really good wipe down.
For as long as I remember, it's been stuck inside my mind. You can't ask me to surrender when reaching for the dream keeps me alive.
So when do your kids get out of school for the year? We are on the official countdown because, okay, it's not technically May yet, but the 1st of May is in this week. So we're pretty much at that point where we're like, okay, last month of school, it's really like 5 weeks, but hey, it sounds a lot better to say the last month of school. We only have a few more days in this month. And like I said, it's in the same week, but we are very excited. Their last day actually ends on a Friday. So it's the end of May. We are getting so close. The kids are ready. I'm ready. We always enjoy our summers. I enjoy having my kids home. I know we often get like stuff for summer camps and things like that. And my kids aren't into that type of stuff. It's funny. Xander actually just had a school dance. What was that? Last Thursday, and he didn't even tell me about it. I was like, do you want to go to this? Because I got a text saying today's the last day to find tickets for it. He's like, yeah, no. I'm like, okay. He is only in 6th grade, so I don't know how big of a deal it is for 6th graders, but he definitely is more of a homebody like I am. It's funny because in some ways he is very much Bobby's like mini me. But when it comes to personality, a lot of times he's more like me. He's kind of a mix between the two of us. Looks-wise, he's definitely his father's son. But I feel like personality-wise, he's got more of my being a introvert type of person. Which, okay, off topic, but on topic. Just a little squirrel moment. I was laughing the other day because I was watching something that was talking about introverts, and it was so true. I hear people talk about introverts, and they're like, oh, how can you do this if you're an introvert? And it's funny because I'm very much an introvert. I am someone that I'm very talkative when I am in a situation that I am comfortable. So like chit-chatting with you guys, I love. I feel like I'm just chit-chatting with friends and everything. When I used to sell cars, I was totally cool with selling cars. It was something that I was very educated on. And when it comes to stuff like that, I have no problem talking. When I did interior design and furniture sales, I was very talkative. So it's funny because I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're an introvert. How can you be in sales? And the video I saw, though, like completely explained the type of personality that I have. Like, I am very good with people that I know. I'm super talkative. And I'm very good when talking about things that I am educated on or passionate about. But don't ask me to make small talk. I may not respond to your text messages. I hate phone calls, like having to call people. Oh, it's the worst. I hate having to make phone calls. What else? Biggest thing is small talk. I am the worst at small talk. I am also the type of person that if we go on like a little girls' day with the kids to the park, I will come home and think about every conversation we had and wonder if I made myself sound stupid or said anything stupid. And I know that sounds insane, but I'm curious, are you an introvert where it's like you just don't want to talk to people at all? Or are you an introvert more like me where it's like, okay, I'm an introvert, but like there's certain things that when it comes to chit-chatting, I'm going to chit-chat your ear off. But if you're wanting me just to like randomly make small talk, I'm not someone that's going to think about just sending you a random text message on a Tuesday. It's just not the way my brain works. And it's funny because, like I said, for years people have been like, how can you be an introvert and do this? And I'm like, well, I'm comfortable in this. I'm just not comfortable going to a bar and randomly talking to some stranger at the bar, or going to the park with my kids. I don't make random mom friends, because talking to someone else sitting there with their kids, I feel very, very uncomfortable.
We're on a journey, looking back on the things that we've taken for granted, but feels like we're learning to be better without what's been holding us back now. Let's move closer to a new history, find out what we can be.
Currently at school pickup for Bjorn, so now I'm just waiting. I actually enjoy getting to the school pickup early because it's just some quiet time in the car. I like to edit my videos or answer comments, or honestly just play games on my cell phone, whatever it is. So I'm always here early, which really don't need to be. Like, the line is never that long, no matter what. But like I said, I like to be here early. It gives me some quiet time in the car. Ooh. But I talked to the chiropractor, and he said if I make a flyer, I could put it up there as well for my Helping Hand series. So I worked on that for a little bit this afternoon also. He had a really good idea about putting a QR code on it. That way they could just like scan it and see my channel. So I did that. Yeah, but I'm excited because hopefully that might get more eyes on it and I can get more people interested in getting some help. So we'll see. But I'm just sit here, wait for Bjorn. I often have people ask why the boys don't use the bus. One, our school for Xander is real close, like a couple blocks away. He bikes to school every day. Bjorn's school isn't too far. It's a little bit further than I am comfortable with him walking or biking to school. Plus, it's past a really busy street, so that's why we drive him and everything. But we're too close for the bus route. And even if we, like in our old house, we could have gotten them on the bus. But one, Bobby and I aren't comfortable with the kids just being on buses. You hear so many horror stories, and we're not like morning people. So the more sleep we can get, the better. And that goes for the kids as well. So by actually dropping them off and picking them up, they get to sleep in longer, have more time in the morning to like actually wake up, instead of having to get up extra early to get to a bus stop and whatever. But like I said, their school is like, it's less than 5 minutes, and that's if we hit the red light on the way. Because if you hit the red light, then it adds like a minute or whatever, but it's really not that far away, so we don't mind doing pickups and drop-offs. But yeah, I'm gonna work on editing tomorrow's video while I sit here, and then Bobby woke up right before I left. I'm wondering if he has a headache because he just looks off today, so I don't think he's feeling well. So I think I'm gonna go home, clean up our room, and then I'm considering making German pancakes for dinner tonight. Do a breakfast for dinner type thing. The kids always like that.
Clean the bedroom. You come help Mama since Daddy's outside. You see yourself? Do. Yeah. Hi. We'll see how this goes, considering she is wide awake. But you will be tired soon. You're almost ready for a second nap, right? All right, let's do this.
Take my hand and we will conquer the world. This is our final chance. 'Cause one day we'll be looking back at this. We were in a big mess together. But we found a choose right from wrong. We found the strength to go on together.
So Athena has definitely gotten to the point where I have to stay way more vigilant with her. So don't worry, I was constantly checking on her in the bed. She is very good at like sitting up now. She rarely falls over. The biggest time she falls over is when she starts getting tired and throws herself backwards. But I have definitely gotten to a point where it's like having eyes in the back of your head, but she also likes to be around people at all times. She's either napping, or if I'm getting stuff done and you don't see her, she's either with daddy or her sister. Usually she's napping though, because 90% of the time if she is awake, she does want me. She wants to be entertained by mama. I can usually get about 10 to 15 minutes of her maybe playing in her room and watch Mickey. Mickey is the only thing she does enjoy watching, but I'm okay with that. She's still at an age where she takes so many naps that I don't mind when she's awake, playing with the baby, hanging out with the baby, doing whatever. It really doesn't really bother me. She still takes 2 naps a day. Both those naps are anywhere from an hour to 2 hour long. It just kind of depends on the day. And when she is up, like right now, she was being so good. I was able to tackle pretty much this entire bedroom. She only started getting fussy right at the very end, and you'll actually see when I start vacuuming that I'm holding her, as because she was good this entire time until that moment, and then she was like, okay, I'm over this. I want to be held again, and played with. That's the biggest thing. It's not even her wanting to be held. She wants to be played with. She wants to be on the floor, playing with toys, doing all the things, and staying occupied. I can't wait till she starts being more active. It's funny because I know when babies start moving, it makes things harder, but I also know she's going to be such a happier baby when she can like go and do and kind of be like her older siblings. I feel like when you have multiple kids, you notice a lot with the younger ones that they want to go and do so much quicker than like the first baby. And I think it's just because she sees her siblings going and doing so much more.
I'm not heading for the stars, driving down the boulevard at night. Playing Coldplay on repeat, watching people on the street as I go by. And it doesn't even matter to me where I go. I just
So lately I have had about 5 people ask me about my vacuum. So I have used a lot of different vacuums. The one I usually always go back to is my Shark vacuums, but I always get the Shark Pet options and the Duo. So the Duo is the double roller. It's got like a soft foam roller in front that works great for hard floors, and then the carpet roller in the back. I will say though, if you have a Shark and you've noticed it not working great, I clean my filters about once a month on my Sharks, and I feel like that is necessary if you have a house like mine. Lots of kids, lots of animals, lots of dog hair. And with that, with my Sharks, I can usually get like a minimum of 3 years out of them, if not way more than that. I've gotten 5-6 years out of them. It really just depends on how you take care of them. But if you ever notice that your vacuums aren't working great, it might be a good sign that it's time to take them apart and really give the filters a good washing or completely replace them. I probably replace the filters about once a year.
going and relax tonight.
All right, so I know I called this a German pancake before, but it's like, I don't know, it's been called a million different things. German pancake, fan kuchen, popover, Dutch baby. I'm sure there's probably slight differences to all of them, but they're all pretty similar. For this, I am putting the oven to 400 and then a stick of butter in my pan, and this is gonna go into the oven to start getting hot and then melt the butter all over the bottom. All right, so now we're gonna make the batter. So traditional recipe is going to be 6 eggs, a cup and a half of flour, a cup of milk, 2 to 3 tablespoons of sugar, salt, cinnamon, and vanilla. So overall, it's a fairly easy recipe. Now, if you are new here, I don't have regular chicken eggs. I have Muscovy duck eggs. And I have learned from my popover recipe that because the yolk in a Muscovy duck egg is so much larger than a traditional chicken egg, that I actually end up doing half whole eggs, half just the whites. Otherwise it doesn't puff up. But with regular chicken eggs, you don't have to worry about that. I just know for these eggs, I have to do a half and half when it comes to it. So cleaned all my eggs, have all my stuff, and now we just gotta put it together. Also, because I get a comment every single time, yes, I know that's spelled wrong. Did that years ago, and honestly, it was just one of those days where I was having mom brain. And when it was done, I was like, you know what? It doesn't really matter. So I never fixed it. I noticed it too late, and now it says flour, just not the correct way. Oh, but totally okay.
Stumbling out of bed, and I still got you in my head from all those pretty words you said. It's like I'm wasted. Every time I see your face, I'm losing track of time and space. I don't know where I am. It's like I'm wasted, and I won't waste it. And I promise that I will stand by you forever. I can't get you out of my mind. I will follow you wherever, and I won't waste this. I'll follow you, yeah. I'll follow you, yeah. Could you come a little closer now? 'Cause I don't wanna slow this down. My heart is screaming out your name. I'm wasted on you. Here we are, right underneath the stars. So let's get a little reckless. You make me breathless, and I won't.
Butter is all melted. So now I'm just gonna put this in here. I did make a double batch because this will also make good breakfast in the morning if the kids don't eat it all. So, making an extra large batch today. I like making doubles of things that the kids really like because it'll just make tomorrow or the next day easier. So, there's always certain things that if I can make extra that I know the kids will enjoy for a couple days, I'm gonna do the work once and have food for days. And then this goes back into the oven. Like I said, preheated oven to 400. And it'll take about 30 minutes, but just keep an eye on it for at least the first 20 minutes though, 20 to 30 minutes. Leave the oven shut. You do not want to open it. If you need to look inside, turn the light on, peek in. Do not open. All right, now we're moving on to what I do as a topping. You can just do this with powdered sugar and syrup or whatever. But I was always brought up that you do it with like an apple filling, basically the apple pie filling on top of it. It's delicious. The kids love it. So that's what I'm going to bake up while that cooks in the oven.
what you do.
This little tool is definitely one of my favorite kitchen gadgets because it makes anything with apples so much quicker, because not only is it coring it and peeling it, but it's also slicing it. So all I do is cut it in fourths and then I'm done. It just makes life so much quicker. My mom had one of these growing up, and years ago I was able to find this one on Amazon, and it really wasn't that expensive. I should see if I can find this one or a similar one, because if you like apple pie or anything like this, this saves so much time. And then all of this will go out to the ducks, and they'll get a little treat as well. So now time for the filling. We got all of our apples prepped. We're gonna put in about a tablespoon of lemon juice, which is all I have left. I'm gonna have to put that on my grocery list. Some salt. Oh no, my grinder dead. Okay. Because I don't want to go look for batteries, I do have some ground that I'll just use. All right, some salt, cinnamon, some vanilla. So for me, when it comes to cinnamon and vanilla, I just eyeball it, because some people think cinnamon's pretty strong, so they don't want to use as much. Some people will use a lot, so I just eyeball it. And then I have a 1/3 cup of sugar. And then I'm just gonna put the cover on, put this on like a medium-low, and just let it soften and cook together while the actual pancake works itself together.
It's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
Here's what the German pancake looks like, all puffed up, and it's like puffy. So good. So we're letting that cool. It's also gonna like sink a little as it cools off. And then the apples have cooked down. So we're just gonna give this a couple more minutes just to sit out, and then we'll serve it up.
Goes down.
Well, thank you guys for spending the day with me. If you guys enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave me an apple emoji letting me know you made it all the way to the end. And if you're new here, I would love if you would subscribe. Also, I want to give a huge thank you for all your support on Sunday's Helping Hand video. I should be actually out there when you guys are seeing this go live, helping her with her kitchen. And you guys should see that video next week. But I will see you guys next time. Bye.